Hello, One Fellowship Fit team. In this video, I want to give you an introduction to Microsoft Teams and just explain how we can use it to collaborate together and work on the projects that we have coming up. So many of you would be familiar with a lot of the Microsoft tools that they have, especially Word, PowerPoint, Excel, things like that. There's lots of other ones, OneNote, OneDrive, all that kind of stuff. So just software tools that people and businesses all over the world use to collaborate and work together. So how does Teams fit into this? Well, Teams is one of the newest Microsoft products, and I call it a digital collaboration hub. And it adds some new things. So some of the things that Microsoft didn't have before is the text-based chat conversations that are similar to Slack, and the video conferencing, which is similar to Zoom. And so Microsoft adds those with Teams, and then Teams serves as the hub or access point for all of the older Microsoft tools that I previously mentioned. So just gives us a place to have one central location to do all of our work together. So to use Teams, you're going to have to be able to access it. You can do that by going to office.com, just office.com in your web browser, and clicking sign in. We'll go ahead and get you accounts here pretty soon. And when you do that, you'll see this kind of this ribbon or rail over here on the left where you can access all the Microsoft tools, including Microsoft Teams right down here. When you do that, it may prompt you to download the Teams app, or if not, you can search for it, but you can install the Teams app on your Windows computer or Mac, or even on your phones as well. And that's probably, it will work better than just using the web browser, so I would suggest doing that. If you are using a web browser, I would try to avoid Safari. It probably won't work out so well. So moving on here, I want to just go ahead and exit the PowerPoint, and I'm going to just jump into the interface for Microsoft Teams here and show you what you have. On the left-hand column here, you just have these different buttons and options over here. The main one you're probably going to want to be on is the Teams right here, and then you can see the list of all the different teams that you have, and then each team can have these channels. So I've created general, accounting, human resources, and technology as channels that exist within this example team here. And then each channel has these tabs across the top. And so post, this is that text-based conversation I was talking about. You can create a new conversation or reply to somebody who's already said something. And then you do have the video options. If you click meet, it'll start a video meeting instantly. Or if you hit this drop down, you can schedule a meeting and put it on the calendar for a future time. When you go to files, this will probably be important as a place for us to store the files. You can even see here where it says SharePoint, which is just kind of the back-end Microsoft technology that they're using to power this. But we have, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. We can create new documents that you can go ahead and just, open up any of these documents and just work on editing them right here inside of Microsoft Teams. And another one that I think is important is OneNote. It's just a great platform for keeping track of notes, and you can hit this kind of like book stack here and see the different sections and then the different pages. We can add page, add section, and we can just build these out for meetings or whatever we want to keep notes on. One that I think might be really helpful for us as we are kind of doing project and planning type stuff is this planner app inside of Teams, where I just created 2 example buckets here, but we could add new buckets or columns and just go ahead and add new tasks of things that we need to work on, and we can assign them to people, create labels, progress, when they're due, you can add subtasks underneath them and add comments. So I think that using something like Planner could be really helpful to kind of get an idea of where we're headed and what needs to be accomplished and who's doing what. Another tool that may be helpful for that is called Lists, and it's a more general purpose tool, but it can be applied to have kind of the project tracking mechanism added. One reason that Lists might be helpful is it does have the option to import an entire spreadsheet from Excel and then build that as your work progress tracker. So maybe if we already have an Excel sheet, maybe that's the way we want to go with that. So everything I just showed right there was the things that are already inside of Microsoft Teams, but you can access all these apps outside of Teams. So I'll just show that part real quick as well. I mentioned SharePoint, so if you come back here, this is the documents files for SharePoint, so you can see accounting, human resources, technology. So that all lines up with these channels that I have out here, and they're just the file storage that's behind the scenes for that. And then again, I just have Word, PowerPoint, Excel. I have my OneNote. Again, I'm accessing it outside of Teams, but if you're ever lost or not sure, you can always just go back, find it in the team right here with the OneNote tab. So, and then this is the planner that exists outside of Teams, and then this is the list as it exists outside of Teams. So they are in. You can access them, through both places, but Teams pulls everything together and lets us collaborate. So I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have questions.